Golem Productions. All right. I'll be working here, talking with my hands, taking some cheap shots, and I'm going to get some good knockouts. So why should I stop? I'll just keep going. I just wanted to take a look. Anyway, so we're at war. We are at war. Literally, like tomorrow, people are, suit up and let's shoot someone. We are at war. To the Christian audience. Yes. We are at war. I guess I should be delicate, even though I want to be harsh. The whole thing with the Messiah thing, I don't blame Christians. It's just like, okay, if you had two heads in a duffel bag and you were reading a porno mag, would you be labeled a homosexual? I'm just kidding. I was at the grocery store doing Shabbos. I guess I want the Christians not to be missing out. That's the real thing. It's like, what are you guys doing? I don't think they're that smart. It's like intelligent here, the concept up here, and they're just like, they are like that. So, and I can't blame them because Jesus said. So that's why. But as a scholar, I'm just like, fourth commandment, and then I hear Hashem's voice. I read it. You learn. You get to discern. When you learn and you discern, and you have Hashem's voice, so you get His voice, and you get to grow with His voice. So you can actually become one with Hashem. You can actually be one with the name, and you can do that because you got a weekly cycle. So that's with the Sabbath. So that's about that. So I mean, I don't care. I hope I go to hell. I'll be like, yo, Satan, what's up? I got that open. You got no idea. Anyway, so we're at war, and it's also like building the concept too, and growing with not only the Sabbath, but growing with the prayers. If you want to be religious, and you know what, if you want to be Jewish, you might have a little bit difficult time. I have, so that's why Golem Productions is we're gonna have a conversion division. So we're gonna do that. We want to make Sabbath guards out of you. We're not gonna be, we're gonna toughen you up. It's gonna hurt, but the thing is, you have a support group or a support system. Not necessarily a group, but you have that independence. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to hear a preacher and just be like, The nice thing about, you maybe have I do Sabbath at home, and most people do. So you have that moment where you turn into His presence. And this is where I do the Sabbath lighting. They're like, oh, I love when he does that. Remember the McDonald's where the funny one where they're killing everyone? That was a funny skit one. I like that one. And remember the baby, and the guy's getting all eager? That was cool. I wish I had friends like that. I don't have that. So what do I do when I don't have friends? And you imagine one, and we'll show you how you can bring them down from the Kabbalah universe. And that's what I'm working on. And so we're going to do Golem Productions, and we're going to do a conversion so people can convert easily. That it's not like $25,000 and you're done. It's just like, you know what? Get on the weekly Sabbath, come here, boom, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of our goal and our ambition is to, if we're going to get resurrected anyway, and if people were being resurrected by others because they had that ability and through the Torah, might as well go down the Sabbath route. And you can have Jesus too, but it's not like the first thing you want to have in thought, besides the Meshuggah, the first thing you want to have is the Sabbath. You always want to be looking forward to that Sabbath, because, you know, some of us are going to go to Olam Haba just like, hey, Peter, boom, 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 ding, 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 and winter, where I think a lot of the Christians are going to be like, whoa, and they wind up in different levels of hell. I mean, you can blame Jesus, and he's going to say, all of you are anti-Semites. When I think of an anti-Semite, I think of somebody that's opposed to certain sounds. We all have an inner. So some people's voices are a little bit better, more mature, confident. And then there are people, I just think of Jews, and when they're like singing, and they're just, some of it is not that, it doesn't sound that good. So anyway, so it could be the sound, it could be their inner. For me, when I think of, you know, everybody has their struggles on the inside. So that's like Jewish people. That's like the Jewish struggle. So that they might have been projecting their frustrations to an unsuspecting world. So they live in the outskirts of wherever nation, and then they think they're going to run stuff? No. Bye-bye, Jews from Spain. Bye-bye, Jews from Russia, or go to little densely packed sardines. That's how it was. I don't think nations, I mean, it's kind of like they're too Jewish now. What do I mean by too Jewish? Back then they grew up Jewish because society said no. Now we have society that says welcome, equality, and then they're just like, they're doing their own segregation. And that's wrong, because you're either going to assimilate or we're going to kick you out of the United States. And that's democratically. Next year in Jerusalem, what? Seriously, what? We can go. So, it's raining. Don't turn your back on a Jew. I'm telling you. Oh, it's a little... So, to me, it's like, if there was we're talking about equality in the United States, and discriminatory practices. So you have Jews living amongst themselves, but where is that equality? Where is the outsider? They used to bust kids to get that melting pot. They don't do it anymore. What are you Jews gonna do? I want every synagogue to put a restraining order on me. Every synagogue, every minyan. I thought you can't daven with us. Every one of them. That's the foreseeable problem in society, that you have Jews. They're not the problem, but it's just that the way they are. They don't do assimilation. So whatever they're learning, they kind of sprout. There's an overflow. Not like mine. Not like, that. I mean, the tefillin is supposed to do the inner, and when you're doing all that, and the arm. I might be the first person to have total ambidexterity, just based on, hold on. Whenever you're in trouble, Golem Productions, boom, boom, boom. So what we heard was the sound of thunder. Everybody hears that. Everybody feels it some certain way. What do we do about it? You could do Hebrew X. You could do the X. But don't forget the... Baruch, the master of all, the timeless, infinite one. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha-olam shekocho ugvuroso molei olam. So, I mean, you could be blessing all day, you know. You could be doing drinking games with blessings, but yeah. So that's what we do throughout the days. And then we recall and we put into constant review. So I guess, you know, is it a serious problem? Yeah, it's a foreseeable problem. Wouldn't it be cool if I kicked out all the Jews of the United States? That would be so cool. But I would have like a parting gift for them. We are trying to work on eternal stuff. We're trying to get what would something look in the eternal realm? Sorry, it's like, you know, it's hard to keep an eye on all that kind of stuff, and you know, knowing that I have an audience and they're scrutinizing my every words, they're mimicking my every moves. Lou Ferrigno was huge. That was just fun. That was just like Jewish ladies see Hercules. There's a mitzvah in it. He just like this massive man meat. I'm just like, wow, it's huge. Just like, wouldn't you want that at home? All the yeshiva students are gonna start curling, just cling and jerk. I want to see a rabbi just go do a deadlift. I didn't deadlift. I just have fat legs. I liked working out, but then I'm just like, I wanted to go lean. I'll go lean again, I guess. Golem Productions. So you heard of something that was created, all right? So that was a creation, the thunder, and we said a blessing. I didn't create the thunder. What would the scientists tell you? They'll tell you the mechanism, the you know, blah 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 blah, and the blah blah blah. But you know what? This is the choice I made. I think it's a good choice for everybody. You could keep Jesus, and that's fine. I wouldn't if you're a missionary, then forget about it. Because you won't win, because I will triumph every time. And you don't, yeah. So you got a service member right here. So, I mean, I've been around Christians that they've told me I'm going to hell, all this stuff. And you know what? No. And I don't care. I mean, good. If that's what it is, if that's where, you know, no one goes to the Father, like, who does this guy think he is? What does this Aramaic Jew think he is? I wasn't too impressed. Of course, I delved in his voice too, and I kept an open mind, and I also did knowing that Aramaic. So an anti-Semite would be somebody that's against the Semitic languages. And that's what an anti-Semite is, the Semitic languages. So there's kind of like right there is the Semitic and dispersal. But I do Hebrew, so like, I mean, we're here, might as well make use of HaShem. He doesn't slumber or sleep. So that's very important to know, to grow your concept of God. You've heard of him, but are you growing conceptually? That's, you know, Golem Productions, we want to make you Sabbath guards. We can transform the whole world. I mean, it's kind of like, it's like going out there and doing paint by numbers. Like Aleph, Bet, and, you know, open a door and there's, boom, light. With the mezuzahs, I have to look at valves right now. It's tough to do. You know, when there's a writer's block, there's a creative block and also an intelligence block. And there's also an impediment. And that, you know, there's a speech impediment. So there's also mental impediments too. Spiritual impediments before and behind. So the same thing, that like an impediment, an intellect impediment. Yeah, when the time is right. That's the thing. So Other than that, whatever. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there because it can go south very quickly, especially for me. Not have none of the Christians would like me because I do Sabbath. They'd always talk about Jesus, and I'd be like, okay, let's do pill pull or something. And I don't want to don't bring me down type thing. I don't like putting up with ignorance. Actually, some of it I can handle, but not like too long. I have to play dumb. Just like you play dead, I play dumb. If I'm, otherwise people start feeling stupid about themselves and all that. And it's not like I'm going to tell them, here, grab a book and, no. But if I bring out my golems and it's out there, that's the goal. So that's all I guess I want to say. Oh, my back, not my back, my muscles. I had like some kind of muscle cramps. And I'm looking forward to the Sabbath. I'll be making food. Like I cook. And it's like, oh, it's one blessing too. You don't have to bless. It's like one per day when it comes to that. Study, if you like studying, if you like sitting with yourself and learning, that would be a big thing. And if you don't, but want to see an improvement in the quality of your life, and even everything, the quality of the intellect, the quality of the days of the week, the spiritual currents. Not only that, but that's why I like the practical. You know what I mean? For me, I couldn't be like, it's like if it was all spirit, if there's no practicality to it, if I can't get anything, like if I can't touch it and see it, then it's just like spiritual, big deal. Okay. It's like, woohoo. You got some kind of excitations. Na 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 na. So, other than that, that's why I'm about the practical, but we'll see. We'll see where my life goes. I just like being able to look at it. I can go outside on a nice day when you have not necessarily high noon, but when it's a little bit before it starts getting dark, there's a window of light, both patches of light, I would say. Yeah, that's the patches of light that we want to work in. That's actually a good way to put it. We're going to work in a patch of light and try to do some cool spiritual stuff with it. People want a lot of relief too. If somebody keeps, putting you down, bringing out your bad qualities, we want to have some relief as a scholar. It says we bring peace in the world, so might as well do it like this. So like all of the stuff that I learned is from Jewish stuff. My personal feelings towards them, they can change, but other than that, right now, I'm concerned for them. When with all this war and stuff going on, and seeing Jews not caring, I don't know what God is gonna do. I mean, you see how He acts sometimes through nature. So, and I'm just one really attractive man. What I could have done without the attraction part? What? You guys want to cast me as ugly? Cast me as a troll? No. I won't have it. I watched some cool movies. I'll get back on screen. I watched some cool movies. They were PG and stuff. They were from the 50s. If you know anything about the film industry, it was a fight to get to like the kind of content that they wanted to show. And then there was a division. Some European ones, it's borderline, but at least the actors, they might be playing in a movie, but you could see that they're, I don't know what's the word. It doesn't matter. We'll see what this year brings. I'm giving it my all. This time, I'm not relying on anybody other than HaShem and my own plan. And knowing that HaShem firms man's footsteps, that's a blessing we say in the morning. So it keeps us going. So it's success to us is like a destination, not a title. Yay, I'm a successful man. No, You may have a lot of things, you may feel successful, but the way to think about success is a destination. So that's for our younger generations. I don't know. I think we could do a lot more. We could do away with a lot of things and create more free time. To do what? I mean, to think, to contemplate, to perfect the universe. That, we can go out into space. We are going out there, and there's foreseeable problems. A foreseeable problem has a solution. For example, this oxygen in space, how to convert it, how to get like oxygen perimeters, maybe like, so we could live in space. That's what people want to do too. I don't really care about space. I'd probably be, I'm terrified of heights. I look down and then what? I keep looking down in space. You know how scary that is? But that's okay. That's called the abyss. If you ever have felt the abyss, it's scary. It gets to me. It's kind of like an intellectual roller coaster, what the abyss is. It's like taking the earth and looking under it and then going down. That's what the abyss is, and just putting it right back where it goes. And if you've ever been, thrown into the abyss, that's what scared me also as, young too, is just the stuff, like things you can't touch. And there is a realm like that. There is an abyss. That's why Golem Productions is making a flight pack, so we could fly around. I got this. I got the Torah. That's how you come back too. If you want to go out there in thought, and even in like the imagination, you just bring it back. You're like, oh, tomorrow's Shabbat. What do I have to do? Or, oh, I got to pray tomorrow. Praying is not necessarily fun. It's not like, yay, it's hard work and it's like repetitive, but how else are you going to, learn? Because the secular world, I can already see it in people's eyes whose intellects are secular. It's not bad, but it's just like, it's kind of like your growth ends here. That's pretty much what it is. When you cast your eyes on somebody, especially somebody that does Shabbat and is fighting for your freedom and for your future. That's kind of how it is. So my intellect. And I think it's better than IQ tests and stuff, because you got simple and you got wise, and you can go boop, that way to wisdom, and you can also come back to stupidity. It's just, it goes both ways. Or you can put it up and down if you want to look at it like from an inner point of view. Golem Productions. You guys want me to like do something cool or something? What to do cool? Just, this is pretty cool, I guess. I spent a lot of time defining coolness, trying to really capture what is the essence of cool, taking it from my mind and walking the hallways of school, of high school or a college campus, just to be that cool kid. Just, and just women were just like, some of them couldn't control themselves at that time. You have to give coolness out to women just a little bit. Otherwise otherwise it's going to be hysteria, which is fine. I can handle it. They'll be like, good for you. Now can we go back to what we were doing? No, you can't. Because if you follow me, I'll lift you up. Because I got Jesus. No. If he comes down, he's going right back on the cross. I mean, no man. Anyway, I mean, a lot of the stuff, Marvel Universe, DC Universe, that's more fun though. So, like, that's why we're doing Golem Gaming. And since we're doing the Sabbath, we're pleasing God. We're pleasing HaShem. We're not pleasing Jesus. We're pleasing HaShem with the Sabbath. And we can clear our thoughts. We have all the techniques. We have a blessing and stuff. So it's kind of like, basically it's like God put man into the universe and he said, this is my Torah. Do stuff with it. If you need something, let me know. That's why we supplicate. That's why we do requests. Not everybody can do Shabbat. Not everybody needs to be like, praying and stuff. I mean, you should. I'm not discouraging it, but the Sabbath, and at least benefit from the Sabbath. That's the greatest thing. Circumcision and Sabbath. The two SS's, bris, the bris milah, and Shabbat. SS. Remember, SS. Yes to SS. Sabbath and Siddur. Here's looking at you, Jews. That's also taking back that fear, and just really saying, transforming it. There's a cool picture of like Adolf Hitler, GP, and he's just standing there, and he's got all his people behind him. It's a really cool poster. And I mean, knowing that there's Olam Haba and like the next world, and knowing that God controls man and he can do whatever he wants, you kind of just like, okay, God did whatever he wanted to do and he let him get away with it. I thought he's trying to teach mankind, like, I let his plan go this far. And until we get more knowledge of him, then we get more reverence towards HaShem, towards Jesus' father, Ovinu. So anyway, but there's a picture of him. He's just standing there and he's just like, so that's a cool. I would put a poster. I would like. It looks fine. I'm watching. I mean, I get all my information on either through reading through Vanna. Where's Vanna White? Through either books or I do my own timeline. I watch it and I extract the facts. They got something about London, how they have it like down to the minute, down to the hour. That's pretty impressive. I haven't watched it yet. So that's that. How much time we got? I got time to kick back. When I say it's 30 minutes. When I say it's time to kick back, relax. Well, our kickbacks are just pretty much sitting with ourselves and learning as a group. That's pretty much how we do it. When I have the golems. So we're bringing from the imagination because I don't have any friends. And if Stan Lee can do it, which he did, and he did it well, we're not going to have that much of success. Like, I mean, we probably will if they're golems, but we're not going to be like merchandising stuff. You think people are going to wear shirts that says like Jews and stuff on it? No. They might purchase the toys though. I like the toy line because some kid will see the movie and want to, even though it's rated R, some kid will, it's not rated X. And it's not getting we're not showing penetration. So, but we are, we're doing, mature themes, adult stuff. Things that, Disney can't provide. I mean, I don't want to be, sitting and being like, okay, it's next generation of Snow White. That's nice. It's a good business model. I'm not discouraging it. But there's like two extremes. It's like, adults as Disney fans, fine. And then there's the Toys R Us fans who never grow up. I'm kind of one of those. And then there's, and there's no in between. It's either like pornography and that. So I'm kind of that bridge. I'm going to show you what you could be doing at home in our movies. I don't say it's perversion or not. I don't know what that word means. Strike it out of Google, kick it offline. Oh, another blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam oseh ma'aseh ve'reishis. And I'll translate that for you guys. I'm sure you felt that too. That just says, blessed are you, HaShem, our God, King of the universe, who makes the work of creation. That's that. So Baruch Hashem, I got to say a blessing. I shared my blessing, my baracha, with you. That's what Torah scholars do. I just, baby, I got to ease you guys in. That was cool, though. All right, Golem Productions. There's a monster in the closet. What are you going to do? Are you going to confront? Hold on a second. I'm filming. Can you what? Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. All right, so yeah, that's right. It's good. I turned my back. It's good to take unplug your things unless they got a surge protector. But that's about it. Golem Productions. We're what's up. Oh. So with the monster in the closet, what you can only do is one of two things. You can see if it goes away, but it might come out and get you. Or you could run out of your house like a crazy person. Crazy as me. Golem Productions and Scooter, inviting you to Sabbath with us.